I have the professional team of elder advisors, including their founder and CEO, Mr. Larry Weiss, with us. And we're going to talk. I love when you guys give me relatable stories, because
we got a good one.
If you've seen them before, you know what we're talking about here. We're talking about saving you money. You know, your mom, your dad, maybe you've worked your entire life to put together this nest egg. Don't give it up. Don't go broke in a nursing home.
Don't do it, John.
Okay, I want stories. I love these true life stories, because you guys, it shows how comprehensive you are. So give me a story.
Well, once again, for all of Kentucky and its viewers, John, you've demonstrated why you continue to be the most erstwhile famous person to cover all the bases for TV personality. John Ramsey. Give it up for John Ramsey. People, even Zach, the camera. Yeah, you're really good looking, John. I don't mind telling you.
Those folks are nodding right now, going to sleep. Going,
no, they're not. They just woke up when they heard John Ramsey. Elder advisors, don't go broke in a nursing home, because you don't have to. The reality is, for husbands and wives, if one spouse is going into care, we can protect all of the assets. If it's a single person, we can protect half of the assets, so you don't go broke in a nursing home. That's why we're, as you said, as we were leading into the show today, we're really ramping up the promotion of the workshops next Monday and Tuesday. Folks can go to freeworkshop.com or call that beautiful vanity number, 855-LARRY55. I can't help it. It's just what the
vanity
TV
number
says.
Is that Hollywood
it's a
talk?
Vanity, yes, showbiz, Steve. You'll never get there, so you don't need to worry about it. 855-LARRY55, so you don't go broke in a nursing home. But you know what, Kentuckiana? I'm living. I'm not existing. I have fun. This is tough stuff. So I just kind of like to have a little fun. We'll have that at the workshop. But we've got a great story that really kind of brings everything in. And for that, happily, we'll segue to the elder law superstar attorney, Stephen P. Langdon. Steve, take it away. That's showbiz.
That's showbiz? Okay.
Showbiz.
Yeah, look, people have misconceptions out there. And so, you know, recently we had a conversation with a family involving a father who is now blind, a mother who's diabetic, has no legs, and a daughter who is just convinced that mom needs to come home. Now, it's a house built in the late 1800s. She can't barely get around, can't even get into the restroom.
The bathroom was described as a cubby hole. Bathroom's a cubby hole.
And I'm imagining there's steps involved, et cetera.
Well,
so this is tough to maneuver.
And again, father's blind. How is this ever going to get done? And you know, so often what he and I will see when we're working with folks, we see them on the train tracks, and we see it. The crash is getting ready to happen. But you can only what's the old saying? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Giddy up.
Yeah. So we're there to offer opinions, to give guidance, and we always tell our folks, look, if it's not time yet and you don't feel like it's appropriate to move forward, that's fine. That's fine. So you got the resources to reach out to talk to us and help us help you.
You put the hook in me. So what happened with the story?
I don't know. Just to kind of give it a little seventh inning stretch on this, I don't know if it was the daughter's denial of the reality, or if there was a monetary concern where she was more concerned, perhaps, I don't know, because I was really 3 steps back from this. Steve really ran point on this conversation. Or if she's concerned about a future inheritance, afraid that if she goes nursing home to lose it. I don't know. But Steve has a better take on the family dynamic there.
So hopefully, if everything's working out for the best, you did your job.
Yeah, all we can do is give information, and that's what the workshops are all about.
But Dad changed his story and his tune from when he talked to you personally 3 days before to when you met with the family.
He did. Yeah. He was much more quiet when his daughter was there.
Yeah.
And so we always have to work with these family dynamics. But again, we're there not to force anybody to do anything. We're there to offer information.
Right.
To give options.
Oh, and speaking of information, the good news is she called the local, I won't give the county, but the local county. Yeah. What did she say? Because there was two things.
She called the county attorney and asked about, you know, nursing home benefits and how do we preserve assets. And she got every wrong answer she could ever get.
Yeah, 2 big ones.
Yeah, one is there's a 7-year look back, and the other is you have to go completely broke in the nursing home. And none of that's true.
Right.
None of it's true.
Yeah, that's because this is what you guys focus on, because we can talk about options, but the bottom line is I think everyone would agree that if you don't have to spend the money, why spend it? But if you don't know how to protect it.
But that's why you got to come out to these workshops.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
That's why you got to come out to the workshops, so you have an opportunity to ask the questions, find out what the information is, and find out, you know, are there certain things that we can do to help you? Whether it's pre-planning or crisis planning, there's always stuff that can be done to help these preserve their assets.
Yeah, because like Steve said, at the workshops, thank you, Tammy, Monday night, 6 o'clock at the Hilton Garden Inn on Crittenden Drive, right off the airport exit. Excuse me, Zach, is there a problem in production? Okay. So in any event, 6 o'clock, Monday night, Hilton Garden Inn, Crittenden Drive, exit 132 off of 65, and of course, Tammy bring it up for Tuesday. Tuesday, 10 a.m., thank you, Tammy, on Broadway, right off of Veterans Parkway in Clarksville. So you don't go broke in a nursing home. You go to freeworkshop.com and register, or call 855-LARRY55. But It's good news, people. It is good news. You know, if you're getting information from the county attorney, you need to go somewhere else, because that's what I call barbershop law, because you're getting completely wrong information. There is no transfer penalty between husband and wife in the first place.
Right.
That's what allows the husband and wife to keep everything if one spouse goes into care.
Does it frustrate you when you talk to a family who's already been giving up $7,000, $8,000 a month, and you're going, you didn't have to do that. You're a little late.
And I've run into situations
and this family's going to do that.
Yeah, I've run into situations where they haven't run through $7,000 or $8,000. They've run through $100,000.
Yeah.
Before they actually understood who they could talk to get the right advice.
That's why it's better to be proactive.
It is, and you know, when I tell people at the workshops or on live TV, is this live or taped? Is it a delay or is it live? Okay, it's live. I would say it's live. Let's pretend it's live television.
You're scaring me when you're talking about live here, because here he goes.
Easy. No. We can protect all the assets for a husband and wife and half the assets for a single person. But to do that, I almost always need the legal eagle component that Steve Langdon brings to the table, because it's not easy. It's not easy. That's why we have to have an attorney, the right one, and Steve Langdon consistently has been the right attorney for the clients I refer him to, because he knows how to move and work for the families. Yeah, so many don't.
Yeah, and we tend to procrastinate, but like you said, the news is good. And don't be in that position where, okay, I've already committed this amount of money when you didn't have to do that. So attend this workshop. I think it's critical. Let's talk a little bit about, you've mentioned the value of Steve, and it's immense.
It is. No, it is.
But your entire team. Yeah. Talk a little bit about the people who surround you.
Well, you know, of course, we have the team at Elder Advisors. Autumn Schneider is doing a phenomenal job with placement, helping families find care if need be for their forever home, perhaps. Tim and Suzanne in the office, Fancy in the office, Elijah, he's my IT logistics guy. He's the one that's setting up the workshops for next week. But also, people may have a tax question. I'll refer them to Terry Graham at DMO Accounting, Real Estate, Fancy Fulton, Jeff Hurst, or sometimes we have a need of hospice. I certainly don't do that as well. That's why I'm delighted to kind of introduce Lindsay Fleming on the next segment. It is Lindsay Fleming, right, Lindsay? She says it's right. But she's a delight. She really is an angel. And she'll talk more about what she does for families, because a lot of times I'm just a referral source for families, because one way or the other I'm going to get the answers and a peace of mind for families. If I can't do it, I'll find people that can.
You know, one of the things we always talk about here is it's financial, and it is. There's the financial aspect, but there's also that emotional aspect.
Yeah.
And being able to put folks into contact with the right people like Lindsay is invaluable.
Yeah, I can speak to this on a personal level, because if you've ever had hospice get involved in your life for whatever reason, they are truly angels. So you're going to meet one in Lindsay next. So, all right, hang in there with us. We're going to talk to Lindsay. You'll meet her, and we'll talk more about the workshop that takes place on Monday. Once again, it's Elder Advisors. Don't go broke. Get a nursing home. Don't do it.
If you're a